Israel has been at a war for nearly a year against Hamas, but it may be on the cusp of another one against Lebanon. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that the country will expand its war goals aimed at returning residents to northern Israel who had to be evacuated due to persistent attacks by Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon. In fact, Netanyahu's office has said that the Security Cabinet has approved this move following a key meeting. Since the war in Gaza broke out in October last year, Israel and Hezbollah have practically exchanged strikes on a daily basis, leading to thousands of Israelis being evacuated from the northern parts of the country as a precautionary measure. The prospect of further escalation, a potential war, however, raises fears of massive escalation, one that not only threatens the stability of the two sides, but the entire region. The US is reportedly unhappy with Netanyahu and what appears to be a clear snub against the Israeli Prime Minister. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken will return to Egypt on Wednesday on his 10th trip to West Asia since October last year, but it will mark the first time that it will not include a stop in Israel. According to a statement by Israel's Defense Ministry, on Monday, Israel's Defense Minister Yoav Gallant met the visiting U.S. envoy to discuss military operations against Hezbollah and the issue of displaced Israelis. As per the ministry, Gallant told Hochstein that the possibility of an agreement with Hezbollah is running out due to its continued support to Hamas that is preventing an end to the Gaza conflict. Thus, the only way to ensure the return of Israeli citizens to northern Israel is through military action. Reportedly, Hochstein cautioned Netanyahu against initiating a wider war against Lebanon, emphasizing to both Netanyahu and Gallant that a war against Lebanon will not achieve the objective of returning displaced Israelis to the north. Rather, it risks a much broader and prolonged regional conflict. Reportedly, Hochstein further told Netanyahu and Gallant that a diplomatic resolution in Lebanon through the Gaza hostage deal or a separate ceasefire deal with Hezbollah is the way forward. Hezbollah on several occasions has said that they will end their conflict with Israel if it ends the Gaza war. According to the Israeli Prime Minister's office, Netanyahu told Hochstein that unless the security situation with Lebanon changes, displaced Israeli citizens cannot return home. Israel appreciates and respects the support of the Biden administration, but in the end, it will do what is necessary to maintain its security and return the residents of the north to their homes safely, quote unquote. That is what the Israeli Prime Minister's office said in a statement. Despite Gallant and Netanyahu seeming to be standing on the same ground, the situation between them is anything but clear. As per reports in Israeli media, Netanyahu is considering firing Gallant, who, remember, has been a key partner to the Biden administration. According to Israeli press reports, Netanyahu secretly has been negotiating with one of his biggest political rivals, former Minister Gideon Sa'ar, to replace Gallant. Gallant and Netanyahu, remember, have had multiple issues in the past. Just last year, Netanyahu had fired Gallant but was forced to reinstate him after massive protests erupted over his decision. Just last month, Gallant dismissed Netanyahu's declared aim of achieving total victory over Hamas in Gaza as nothing more than nonsense. The Prime Minister's office then responded with a statement accusing Gallant of harming Israel's chances of securing a deal for the release of hostages held by Hamas. The major sticking point between the two, remember, is reportedly regarding military service. As per reports, ultra-Orthodox parties in Israel have threatened to topple Netanyahu's coalition government if he does not pass a bill exempting yeshiva students from military service, a bill that reportedly Gallant opposes. The U.S., as per reports, has a close association with Gallant and has on multiple occasions cautioned Netanyahu against firing him. This is just one of the many issues that has led to a rise in tensions between Netanyahu and America. Remember, we told you earlier that Blinken will make his latest trip to West Asia without a trip to Israel. A clear indication of America, in a way, snubbing Netanyahu. Reportedly, Netanyahu's failure when it comes to preventing the hostage deal and ceasefire in Gaza is the main reason behind Blinken's decision, because reportedly optimism around a resolution has largely vanished. Netanyahu has repeatedly insisted Israeli control over the Philadelphia corridor in Gaza, a narrow 14-kilometer strip of land that forms the border between Egypt and Gaza. And Hamas is opposed to this. And this has been the major sticking point between the two that has prevented the ceasefire deal from reportedly materializing. Multiple Israeli ministers, IDF, security agencies, the US have emphasized that Israeli occupation of the corridor will have little to no impact. But Netanyahu has been relentless in his stance. Much to their displeasure, experts have on multiple occasions viewed this as an intentional move by Netanyahu to hold on to power and prevent elections from happening. As Israel looks to expand the war and the US snubs Netanyahu, it is clear that tensions in West Asia continue to rise with every new step or development, adding to the fear that the all-out war across the region could soon become a reality. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.